Well, tomorrow's the opening day, and we left. I got up at 2 a.m. this morning and picked Cranky and his brother and their dad up at 2:30, and we flew all day. We made it to the Roost with Jim Kuhn, who has graciously offered to take us one more time. And sadly, this is the kind of the swan song for this deal. Jim's he's had enough. He has a real full-time job. How he's balanced that his whole career out here at the Roost, I don't know. But it's kind of fitting I'm out here because I told him I've been mooching off of him for 20 years. One of the first ones out here. And so we're back for the last time, and he's going to take Cranky and his brother Matt. We're looking for a Merriam now. The thought of passing up a Rio, strutting it full, that don't compute with me. We'll just have to see how that goes. But anyway, it's going to be quite the adventure. So I want to kind of relive y'all's hunts. And I'm going to do Cranky first because I was with him. Y'all keep in mind the whole reason behind this was for these two boys to finish their Grand Slam. They had them a Florida turkey and some Easterns, and they killed Rios when they were like 5, very young. And so they needed that Merriam, and we've been looking pictures and all that. And the Roost out there in central Nebraska has both. I went with Cranky, Ben, a.k.a. Cranky, and Matt went with his dad. And you remember your guide's name?
Caleb Pressler.
The Dr. Death.
Dr. Death.
How much fun was he?
Oh, that was awesome.
B14. Excuse me, B14, we got to get by.
Here we go.
Welcome to Nebraska. That's a traffic jam there.
Yeah.
It was funny because in Nebraska, if there's trees, it's because there's a house nearby. You can't go out in the middle of one of the giant, prairies or fields and expect there to be a turkey roosted.
Sand hills.
No trees, right.
Sand hills.
So anytime you're roosting the turkeys, you're going to be near somebody's house.
Old ranch house, old farmhouse, it's abandoned something.
I thought it was funny the night before we were riding around looking for turkeys to roost, and we pull up to this guy's house, and probably, 200-300 yards from his house, you can see turkeys in the tree roosted. And we walked up to the guy's house to ask him if we could hunt out there that morning, and we were sitting there asking him that, and there were turkeys in the tree 200-300 yards away. I thought that was funny.
Did you get permission?
We did.
You did?
Yes, sir. So
you can still knock on the door. Y'all
That's
take
right.
note of that. Cranky, what do you think about this terrain? What's your thoughts?
It's beautiful, but it's going to be hard to see a turkey.
You ever had anybody come in the sand hills and go, where the trees at?
I'm trying to show them the tree where the turkeys are, but we haven't seen one for 3 miles.
The tree.
Not a tree.
All right.
Not in one.
Cranky, you got faith in your Merriam hunt or whatever this is going to turn out to be?
I think so.
How was your trip out here?
It was good.
First flight, tell me about it.
It was better than what I expected too. I thought it was going to be a little bit more rough, but I guess not.
No issues.
No, sir.
All right. Well, I don't know how you ended up with the chief guide.
He must have drew a short straw or something like that.
Well,
But, I saw a turkey somewhere up here last year one time, so I think we'll try and get him.
gotcha. Well, you said you and Cranky were going to get along fine because you both like cookies.
Chocolate chip oatmeal cookies. I said, do you like oatmeal chocolate chip cookies? And he just smiled. He said, I like cookies. I don't care what kind they are.
Yep.
Here's what we did. Cranky, you remember what happened when we got there, went scouting all? Just pick it up right there.
So the first day we just got into the lodge, we got all our stuff unpacked, and we were like, we're gonna ride around and go look for some turkeys. We didn't know where we were gonna go yet, so we were just gonna ride around and see where the turkeys were. And we were seeing one or two every now and then just riding around. It was a lot of land too. It was pretty cool.
I'm the only outfitter in this area, man. You got it all tied up. You need to get out of here.
All right. All right, I'm sorry.
I'm fixing to call the warden. Because I know you guys have been poaching some turkeys on my ground.
No,
lately.
no, we're just looking.
Yeah, looking.
We're videographers.
Uh-huh.
We don't even have a gun.
Yeah, I've heard that before, sir.
Yeah,
Well,
well, that's all right. I'll just go into the house here then.
I wouldn't even bother. I got permission earlier today.
You see anything yet?
Not yet.
Neither are we.
Yeah. But we're fixing to.
Are you?
We're going north.
Are you going north? All right.
All right.
We're
Good
going
luck.
that way.
See you later.
All right. Get out of here.
All right.
And we get to this one spot, and it's pretty cool. This guy has a bunch of old tractors and stuff, and it's like a little junkyard, and to the left is a field.
Big field.
Pretty big field, yeah. And then we get next to the field, and I look to my left, and it is 40, 50 turkeys just out there, and it's more gobblers and jakes than it is hens, which is, I've never seen that before. The second I saw that, I was like, I think I know where I'm going to go in the morning. It was a pretty quick decision, didn't take a lot of thought. Long story short, we see them all get roosted, and pretty cool. They're all in the same tree, all of them. It's a giant,
It was 2 trees.
it was 2 big old trees, and it was,
I think they were cottonwood trees or
yes,
something.
sir, that's what I
like
was thinking about. And then,
And we saw, I think, 2 big old, they call them silverbacks out there. We saw 2 big Merriams. The rest of them were Rios.
one of the Merriam's beards was dragging the ground.
He was a big boy.
Real big.
And we kind of we stayed there, just kind of hunkered down until they got up in the trees.
Mm-hmm.
And you decided, you asked Mr. Jim Kuhn, can I come back here? And he just giggled and said, no, we can't hunt this.
We picked where we were going to go in the morning, pretty much. Went back, we told everybody we only saw like 2 jakes and stuff, nothing much. And that night, it was hard to go to sleep knowing what was going to happen in the morning, because I've never been so confident in a turkey hunt as I was then.
We don't need it.
So me and Pop, we leave pretty early, which is early for them. They usually leave at like 7 o'clock, which is weird to me, because in Mississippi, you usually got to beat the turkeys. And we get to our spot, and we gotta park far away, because we're going to almost get right up under the turkeys where they're roosted. And we got to cross this gravel road that's right by where they're roosted, so we had to sneak across it. It didn't have to hide or anything, but just had to be quiet, tiptoed across it.
How long did it take us to get up there and get into that cedar bush?
Like 15 minutes for only like a 30-yard walk.
No, it was about 100 yards through that field. And then when we got to the gravel road, I said, Cranky, you got the toe walk here. And he did a fabulous job. Tell him where we set up and what it felt like and what it was, where we were sitting.
So we got to the spot. It was by this medium-sized cedar tree. And we find the most perfect spot. It's like God put that spot there for us to kill that turkey.
Yeah.
I couldn't ask for anything more.
We could see the turkeys in the trees. I shot a little video.
Yeah, I counted 40 of them when it was still dark and they were still roosted. I was just counting the silhouettes. And around like 6 or so o'clock, it all started. One hen yelped, and it was just non-stop gobbling for 30 minutes straight until they flew down. It was crazy.
Had you ever seen one strutting up in the tree like that?
I had not, and it wasn't just one, it was like 4 of them. They all just took turns strutting in the trees until once the sun just barely came up, they came down kind of early. And where we were sitting almost in the corner of this field, and there was a big wood pile in front of us. So it was kind of blocking most of them, but we could still see a good bit of them. And they all flew down, all tons of them. And we were trying to find the Merriams, but all the Merriams, hens and all, went to another field across the tree line from where we were. And it was just some jakes and 2 other gobblers, which I was starting to lose hope. I'm not going to lie. eventually there was a group of 2 gobblers and they were about to leave. And we got one to start coming towards us.
He actually answered us, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. And then he got behind that wood pile for a while, and then he just walks out and history was made.
Now, do you want to kill him? You want to wait on the Merriam?
What do you think?
I don't care.
Is he close enough?
What?
Is he close enough?
Do what?
Is he close enough?
Oh, yeah. I told Cranky, I said, Cranky, that's a Rio. What do you think? What'd you tell me?
I came here to kill a turkey.
So that Merriam stuff went out the window.
Yes, sir.
And, man, it was pretty. And it was quick. Now, he stretched it out there, but they flew down and they do what turkeys do. There was a little fight going on and all that, but they all kind of went the opposite way. And these two kind of came back through that big hedgerow. And I said, Cranky, what you going to do, Pop? I came here to kill a turkey. I said, well, it's all you. You remember taking the shot?
I do.
It was a good shot.
It was perfect. I never seen a turkey not flop like that, but I'm not sad I didn't get a Merriam because that means we got to go back.
That's what I was going to ask you. I asked him later that day, any regrets? And what'd you say?
No regrets, none.
Good for you, buddy. Oh, yeah. Well, congratulations.
Yes, sir.
The Merriams went that way.
Yeah, they went into that road and went into that other field.
Hey, we got us one.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Come on.
I came to kill a turkey.
Do what?
Said I came to kill a turkey.
We can get a Merriam later.
Yes, sir.
Good job, buddy.
Yes, sir.
I was kind of texting back and forth with Matt's dad. Matt's notorious for not answering the text, but I learned later why. But we sent you a text of that dead turkey like at 7:20. What'd you think?
I just want to mention, Crank's story's real short. That's because he killed his turkey, and they sent us a picture of his turkey on the ground before our turkeys came out of the tree.
Y'all were still looking at roosted
We were
turkeys?
still looking at roosted turkeys.
Well, I asked Cranky before we left. I said, now, who do you want to hunt with? It's going to be, I told him about Caleb and how good he is, and he's really young. He's real aggressive and all that. Or you can go with me and Jim Kuhn, who's the owner. And what'd you say?
I said, Mr. Jim.
He said he probably has a lot of spots. And I was like, that's some good reasoning.
That was some of the most gobbling I've heard in a morning. Even at the Roost. Oh, my goodness, man. What do you think?
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Man of many words.
I said, you want to shoot that one? He said, I came here to kill a turkey. I said, well, kill him. He was about 45 yards.
Was he really? Dropped him.
Yeah,
Boy, you guys had to be in it this morning.
Oh, I got it.
Jim and I talked about it.
Can you see him silhouetted up there in the trees?
In
Oh,
the trees, flying down the whole 9 yards.
It looked like it was raining turkeys. I could only see just a little gap with my binos, and man, it was raining turkeys out of that tree.
Only at the roost. You see why I'm about to cry, don't you? Hey, thank you, my brother.
Hey, I was happy to do it.
Tell me about your hunt, because I'm assuming you had some roosted because y'all sat down early in a good spot, right?
So
What happened at the morning?
So the morning hunt, we get there, and actually the night before we had roosted some. And anyways, we get there that morning, sit down, and they're just acting strange. I mean, they're gobbling real hard for a while, but they never come off the roost. So they ended up finally flying down probably, I'm not even joking, 7:30, 7:40, like late, because Cranky killed at 7:20 and they were still in the tree. So we're sitting there and they fly down way into the corner of this field, and we're up on a tree line, you know, and the only trees that even exist out there. And they kind of just fly down into that corner and walk right out of that field, and it was like, well, there's that.
Did y'all calling to them some?
We did. We called to them some. We even went around like back kind of where they were.
Made a hook on them?
Made a hook on them, and still, like, it's like they just vanished. So we don't know. That was kind of an odd one. So anyways, the rest of the time you're out there, you kind of just ride around, because there's not many places like the roost where when you have turkeys right there and they don't do what you want them to do, you can just leave and go find a different set of turkeys that are going to do what you want them to do. There's nowhere on earth you can do that except for the roost.
He's got permission on a lot of farms.
They've got permission everywhere. They know where the turkeys are at and when they're going to be there. It's just wild.
Did you have binoculars with you?
I didn't. Everybody else did. I know.
It's all visual out there, buddy. It's like
100%.
Cranky said. Normally out there when they have clients or whatever in, they get up about 7 and eat breakfast and then take off looking. They want plenty of daylight and stuff like that. Where you weren't used to that.
I was not used to that. It was certainly a different style, and it's good to kind of mix it up every once in a while.
All right, so we were just making the loops, looking for anything, and we rode by the spot where Cranky killed this morning, saw a ton of jakes. They were actually out on the road. It was really neat. But we kept going because we want to go back there probably before sunset this evening and hunt them on the roost. Not on the roost, you know, but you know what I mean.
So come home, you get whipped in the morning.
Got whipped.
Got whipped in the morning, come home, we ate lunch, saw Cranky's turkey and all that, so you headed back out pretty early.
I think I've said it a million times, but this is the best hunt I've ever been on in terms of just watching it unfold. It's like somebody wrote a book about turkey hunting and then they made a movie about it. So anyways, we get to this tree line and we're sitting on the edge of this one, and we're listening to the one gobble, and we're listening to a hen that's not far off either, and that other Merriam still up on that hill I was talking about where they had fought the one that won and just staying there and was strutting again. But anyways, the one that got beat, the original one, the one that we wanted with the longest beard, the whitest tips, had dropped down into that valley and was going back up the other side. And we had written him off. We were like, you know what? He's gone, because we weren't going to go on that other hill. So we were going to go for the Merriam that was on that upside. Here, when there's no trees, you have to use height as your cover. You have to use elevation. You have to get above them or get below them to where they can't see you. The Merriam, he's walking away. And we drop into that valley and we start running. And then we hear it gobble again, and Caleb's like, okay, we got to get over here. So we're running again and again, and we're dropped down all the way into the bottom of this valley. And I'm talking slide and roll into some cover.
All right, we hiked up a big hill. We're in this big burn. We can hear this sucker spit drumming right over the hill. Can't be too far. Yeah, he's close. All right, let's try to get this guy.
And he's like, give it 10 seconds. And I'm not even joking. We had sat down. I'm heavy breathing. Heart rate's way up high. I got an Apple Watch. It's telling me you need to chill out. And around the end of this trees comes, boom. He walks out. And I mean, it was just wild.
Go get him.
This turkey came, he was all the way up top. We had the center ridge, We were up there. And when he got down below the skyline, we hauled butt, got to right there, and just set up, no decoy, and waited for him to come through here. And he popped out. I think I got it on film too. Good job. Oh. Good shot. That was probably 50 yards.
Oh. Wow.
What do you think?
That best hunt I've ever been on. That takes the cake.
Love to hear it. What a beautiful place, man. All this green. Look at those white tips. That's a true Merriam. Hell yeah.
But it was just wild how everything we did, every move we made was like, well, the hen could have seen us, or he could have come down from the hill and seen us, or he could have come from over there and seen us. Like, everything we did was done so fast and so effectively that, like, 1 second of difference and we'd have been busted and, like, ended the hunt. But it was just, it was really something to witness.
You rolled him.
Rolled him.
Waited on the big Merriam.
I mean, in between the time we spent running all the way down here to the time where I was full sprinting after him was no time. I mean, we sat down for maybe 30 seconds.
No, not even.
Not even that.
Like maybe 10. There's Dad up on the hill. That's funny. Beautiful bird.
It was amazing.
Was it fun hunting with Caleb?
It was absolutely a blast.
Kudos to your daddy. He hung in till the last bit. Y'all made him stay up on the hill, but Caleb actually got your impact with his phone.
With his phone.
Man, I don't know if I've ever had a hunt like this, because, I mean, I've got a lot of turkeys out here. And between him being a once-in-a-lifetime Merriam for Nebraska, I've never seen a Merriam in this part of Nebraska guiding out here that's that white. And between that, totally fooling him running over the hill gobbling, then us getting busted, and then almost getting him at 70 yards, if we could just get a little bit closer, and then him going down, us having to be patient, then another Tom runs over the hill, and then we got this beautiful scenery, and then sitting there and just watching them all night long. And then, you know, you're sitting there for an hour and a half or whatever, and they're 400 yards away, and you never dream, like, they got hens, toms, you never dream you're gonna actually get that tom, you know, because we wanted to. We said that's the bird we want,
and we had to swallow that pill at one point that was like, we're gonna have to let him go and go after option number 2 on the other ridge.
Yeah, I told you down there, I said that bird's gone, we're gonna go up there and get him. He said yes sir. So I don't know why he's calling me sir, but but we got it done.
Mississippi thing.
Yeah.
That was something.
He put on a good show for his last day.
Right on. That was so cool.
Look at them iridescents. Man, he's beautiful. Let's go back.
Well, I'm glad y'all had a good time, and I'm glad we got to go with Jim, because he's, I don't know if he's shutting down the Roost. I don't know if he's going to sell or what happened, but he's out. He's retiring now, and I've been going out there for a long time, and more than I wanted him to get a Merriam for a Grand Slam, I wanted him to go hunting at the Roost.
Wow.
What do you think?
That best hunt I've ever been on.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
The Merriams went that way.
Yeah, they went into that road and went into that other field.
Hey, we got us one.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Come on.
I came to kill a turkey.
Do what?
Said I came to kill a turkey.
We can get a Merriam later.
Yes, sir.
He instantly, as he walked back up there, he set that turkey down. He was looking at the wings and that big old fat beard and all that. I said, Cranky, any regrets? You know that's a Rio. Not a one, Pop. I'm good. I came here to kill a turkey. Bless his heart. Still no regrets, huh, Crank?
None. No, sir.
All right. Congratulations, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you.